Crown, the Preakness from Baltimore, Captain. We're here to talk about it.
Well, let's talk about the Kentucky Derby first. I mean, you had Sandman on top, you had that dialed in. You also had journalism. I had Baeza. If you were on listening to us, we gifted you that trifecta. That was easy. My world would have been a lot better if Baeza would have won, but that's okay. Everything worked out pretty good. Profit on the day. Bet Baeza winning show, and trifecta exacta was pretty good, Tommy.
Yeah, nice work. Baeza got in, Captain. I know you had high hopes there, and then that colt was charging at the end there. Sovereignty getting it done, and journalism, guys. Ice cold, exacta there. Hit the trifecta. It would have been a little bit better for me if Baeza came in second there, because I would have had the exacta paying a little bit more, but I did connect there, and if you watch this, congratulations, guys. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, subscribe. All the regulars, you know who you are. Put down in the comments who you like here. Let's go through the field, Captain. At Pimlico, Preakness Grade 1, race 13, mile and 3/16 on the dirt here. Baltimore's a great city. Have you ever been there, Captain?
Haven't had the pleasure of
going to Baltimore. we need to go. Maybe we do the show there from next year.
Yeah, there you go. I wouldn't mind that.
Man, they party pretty hard there at the Preakness. I know it's one of the biggest parties on the East Coast, so if you're going, have a good time, everybody. Let's get to the picks and run through the field, and then we'll do the picks.
Okay.
Number 1, goal-oriented. Bob Baffert trains this one. Flavian Pratt, 2 for 2, lightly raced. Decent amount of chunk of change for this one. Paid $425 at the Keeneland September sale in 23. Pretty good connections here. One on a sloppy track, one on a fast track. Pratt, you gotta like the connections. I mean, lightly raced, but this one could definitely show up. You get 6-1 here, morning line.
Looking at this, Tommy, I'm telling you, looking at this horse, this is a typical Baffert horse. What he tries to do, he tries to steal one of these races. And that's what I feel he can do here. Golden Aaron's going to be one of the ones on the lead. So looking at that, breaking from the rail, he's got one way to go, and he's got Flavian Pratt on him. He's going to go from the rail. So, Tommy, you got to put him on the front end. He's one of the ones you may have to look out for.
Yeah, I agree, Captain. Number 1, goal-oriented, coming out of the Bob Baffert barn. You know, he's got nice workouts. He's training with top talent. And I kind of agree with you. If you look at this one, he did win this first race coming off the pace. And then last time he was the speed, so who knows what's going to happen here, but I do like to see that, and I like Pratt aboard here. Number 2, journalism, 8-5 morning line, Michael McCarthy and Rispoli connections here. Rispoli second in the Kentucky Derby, obviously, was right there in the slop. Maybe that was a little bit of a factor on a fast track. Maybe journalism easily runs away with it in this field. Won 4 out of 6, 1.6 million. Definitely the most talented of the bunch here. Son of Curlin, 8-5. I mean, you got to be fair. I think that's a fair price there. I don't know if you'll get that.
No.
But I got to say, journalism is the one to beat here.
This horse is going to be odds on. He'll probably be about 4-5 when it's all said and done. You have to remember, they have already set this horse up. Eclipse Thoroughbreds. It's a ownership group. They've already set this horse up for to be a stud. And to get one of these races in his feather, I mean, he's already got the Santa Anita Derby, but to get a Preakness, to carry it into breeding means a lot, Tommy. And, the horse is doing well. The horse wouldn't be in this race if he wasn't doing well. I just don't like bringing a horse back after going 1.25 miles, 2 weeks, boom, boom. I'm looking for a fresher horse in this race, but journalism is vulnerable, but he's going to be a real prohibitive favorite here, Tommy.
Yeah, Captain, I agree with you. Journalism, a lot of people talking about that. It's a horse racing's changed a lot over time. You never saw in the past Kentucky winner not coming if healthy. So
right.
Sovereignty gonna Bill Mott and gonna take a little breather there, and I think it's the right decision. I mean, they talked about switching this back, Captain. What do you think if they switch it to 3 weeks? Would you like that, or does that take away from winning a true Triple Crown?
Well, Tommy, you have to realize it's been 179 years, 150 years of the Pimlico. I mean, you're looking at a lot of tradition here, and it's like putting a runner on second base. in the top of the 10th inning in a tie game in baseball. It's not the real deal. I would keep it the way it is because you have to be a true champion to win 3 races in 5 weeks.
That is true, Captain. Guys, if you have any comments about that, put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear about it.
Ring that bell.
Yeah, there we go. Number 3, American Promise. This one did come in the Kentucky Derby, 12-1 at post. Didn't really care for the sloppy track. Finished 16th. Coach D. Wayne Lucas was the trainer there. Nick Wara is going to be back aboard here. Maybe the fast track might help. This one should be part of the front speed scenario, I would imagine here. What are your thoughts on number 3, American Promise? At
a little too inconsistent for me, and it took 6 times to break the maiden. I'm gonna have to take a flyer on this.
His papa did win the Preakness here.
I'm glad for him.
In 2018.
I'm real glad for him.
Number 4, Heart of Honor. Second in the UAE Derby. Comes back over here. In the money every time. Was 2 wins and 4 plays. So should be up there. I don't know too much about this colt. Son of Honor AP. I'm familiar with that a little bit. I'm not too familiar. I think this is a wild card. I thought, the one horse that won the Luxor Cafe, the Japanese horse that won the UAE. I thought he would have had a better run, but this one won the UAE Derby Grade 2, second in the UAE Derby Grade 2. What are your thoughts here? Great bitten horse.
Well, you know what? He's going to have to do something over here. I mean, it's like you're taking a horse from there, bringing it over here. How much time is he going to need to acclimate? And I'm looking right now. I'm just saying I'm going to have to take a flyer on him. Best part about that, he is a consistent horse.
There we go. Number 5, Pay Billy, 20-1 here. Michael Graham, 24%. Won 4 out of its last 5 starts. Definitely against weaker competition. It's going to be stepping into the toughest competition of its career. Should be, right in the middle, maybe part of the speed, sitting right off the pace. 5, Pay Billy.
Tommy, let me tell you something about this horse. It's one of those Del Mar horses, a horse that really loves the course, and when he's on that course, he plays above his pay grade, and that's what this horse is doing right now. Strong horse for Laurel, lower class. They've got one way to go here, try and steal the race.
There we go. Hey, if Billy comes in,
Billy Martin, where are you?
Billy will be getting paid. Number 6, River Thames, Todd Pletcher. This one interests me the most. 9-2, obviously. The odds makers got it probably where it should be. 3rd in the Bluegrass. It was coming up pretty nice. 2nd, nosed out in the Fountain of Youth.
To who?
To Sovereignty.
Yeah.
So classes there. You got Pletcher, Ortiz Jr. You got to like the combo there. Windstar Farm. I mean, everything says this one could show up and put up a big performance. Thoughts, number 6?
This one right here is, he's coming up to his race really nicely here. And I think that, I ran Ortiz in the saddle for Fletcher. I think that's a good way to go, Tommy.
Yeah, as you said, nosed out to the Kentucky Derby winner and gets a little bit more rest coming into the race.
Right.
That could be the big factor.
That could be the key there.
Number 7, Sandman in the Kentucky Derby, 5-1. Lots of people high hopes on this one after winning the Arkansas Derby. Before that, 3rd in the Rebel. Mark Casse, Johnny V is going to be taking over. J.L. Ortiz is off. This one didn't have the best performance, finished 7th, but had some trouble there, made it through some traffic. But number 7, Sandman, it's got the experience of Johnny V aboard.
This horse was bumped going into the clubhouse turn, bumped going into the backstretch, bumped at the top of the stretch, had to take up. This horse had a lot of excuses in the last race. Consistent horse prior to that, one of the ones, Tommy.
There we go. 4-1 says it. Number 8, Clever again. Here we go. We got this one winning 2 out of 3. Both starts, winning both starts this year quite nicely. The speed, put up a 101 buyer at Oak Lawn Park in a 200K there. American Pharaoh is the sire here. J.L. Ortiz, Steve Asmussen. J.L. Ortiz looks like he's jumping from Sandman unless that was a pull by Mark Casse. But J.L. Ortiz will be aboard here. 1x4 quite nicely. Number 8, Clever again. I love the AP, the son of AP. So I think this one is another wild card that lightly raced, could show up and run a big race.
I really like the way the looks of this horse here. This horse won very impressively last night in hand and did a 101 buyer. Gets the services of Jose Ortiz back. And Steve Asmussen and Ortiz, 28% winners, Tommy.
Number 9, Gossager. Brendan Walsh here. Won 2 out of 3, including the Lexington Grade 3 last time. Kind of cruised right past him. You got Saez, Brendan Walsh here. This is the son of Nyquist. Some nice workouts coming in. At 20-1, this could be maybe one to keep your eye on, maybe underneath. I'm not sure about the wind. What are your thoughts
Tommy,
here?
this is one of the ones that could sneak in there and really make that trifecta something special. So, looking at that, we have a field of 9 going in the 150th Pimlico. Who's your top 3 picks?
You know what, Captain? I'm gonna go with this is a tough one for me because I'm gonna go with number 2, Journalism. I think that
Okay.
8 to 5. I want to pick a horse to beat him, but I think this one might be too strong for this field. And then it's a little bit shorter. Obviously, you only got 9 horses compared to 20 that you're battling out here. And I like Journalism's running style where it comes off the pace. I think there's a decent amount of speed in here, so I do think Journalism will win this race. I'm looking at number 6, River Thames. We did talk about Todd Pletcher and Irad Ortiz Jr. I'm going to put this one in second at 9 to 2 here. This one has the ability, to sit right in the mix there. I think it should be part of the pace there. Number 6, River Thames, and number 7, Sandman, also one that's going to be closing, I think, at 4 to 1. I think not too exciting of a race. I guess it is exciting, but I like number 2. I'm gonna go 2, 6, 7 here in the Preakness. What are your thoughts?
That's a PPOA number 267. That's me and Johnny would always play those numbers. I really like that play here. I liked looking at Journalism. This is the race because they're not going to run him in the Belmont. That's throw that out of your head. Whitey McCarthy's not going to run him 3 races in 5 weeks because this horse is going to go to the breeding shed. So they've already been paid for it. So it's this race or nothing. So I look at Journalism to come out with a big race, and they are going to be pushing all the buttons. I like also number 6, River Thames. Always been there. Has Irad Ortiz. Really like the way he looks. And if Sandman gets a break, you could be right with 2, 6, 7. But I'm going to go 2, 6, 8. I'm going to take the 8 horse, and that's going to be Clever again. I like the early speed here, okay? And if I was going to throw another horse in, it'd be the 1, Goal Oriented. So, I would go 2, 6, 8 with a 1 floater. That's what I'm carrying here. I think Journalism 4 to 5 is going to be the chalk. He wins this. He's not going to run in the Belmont because they're not going to use and abuse that horse when you have something that good. Very questionable how many more races this horse has.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Captain, you might be on to something there. I like number 9, Gossager, in my superfecta and trifecta.
Yeah.
So 2, 6, 7, 9 for me, guys. I think it's going to be an exciting, fun race. Obviously, maybe not the strongest Preakness we've seen.
No.
But it's all about having a good time. It's all about the horses and having a good time. So make sure you put down in your thoughts who you guys like here.
Ding, ding, ring that bell.
Get involved, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
We appreciate you here on the Hip Horse, Tommy D and the Captain.
Giddy up, baby.
Until next time.
ACT.
ION.
We need that action, baby. Go get your money.org. Find out who we like.